Having an anxious attachment style is hard. We crave closeness and intimacy and get so obsessed with forcing others to give us what we cannot provide ourselves. Love, care, and support, that we end up losing ourselves and our self-respect in the process. Hi, my name is Tanya. Welcome to my channel. I'm really happy to have you here. In these videos, I try to be as raw and authentic as possible because I think it's what it takes to raise awareness of the subject and let other people feel that whatever they're going through is okay and that they are not alone. Okay, back to the video. You watch videos and hear your friends say,
"Think about it logically. What can it mean if your boyfriend or girlfriend doesn't reply immediately to your messages?" A logical explanation is that he or she is just busy and not that they just abandoned you, left you, and don't love you anymore.
Or
get busy with a hobby or preoccupied with some project. Don't just wait around. Have your own life.
Or
meditate. Breathe in, breathe out.
Really? In the heat of the moment, it just doesn't work. I'm not interested in anything else. I need his attention. I need his reassurance. Do those things really help anybody? Let me know. What works then? I'll tell you, but let me just do a quick step back and zoom in on the characteristics of anxious attachment style. For a person with anxious attachment style, it can be a trigger if their partner leaves alone to do groceries, or if they decide to go to the gym on their own, or if they have any other activities that they want to do on their own or with other friends, or have a boys or girls night out where you're not invited to. It sounds a little bit funny if you are secure or avoidant. For anxious people, let me tell you, it's not funny at all. It hurts. It almost physically hurts. It's hard. Well, it's just impossible to focus on anything in moments like this. It feels like you are just a zebra in savannah and a lion is running after you. Nothing matters in moments like this, huh? Neither food nor other people. Nothing, just your survival. Here it's the same for anxiously attached people. It's perceived as real danger and it's tied back to our early childhood experiences. But is it possible to change it and to become more secure? Let's get back to this question because this is why we are all here. I think so. I think it's definitely possible to change it, but it's not going to happen overnight. I'm going to share with you my experience, but please take it with a grain of salt because we are all unique. And what works for me might not work for you, and this is completely normal. So please just take what resonates. Alright, number 1, get help. If you have such intense reactions, there is a reason to it. It's not out of nothing. It's probably possible to exploit on your own, but I cannot speak to this. I just don't have such experience. This journey is already loaded with pain, so why make it even harder by walking it on your own? In my opinion, turning to a professional is an easier solution because you will have someone to guide you and to support you when you're about to give up and when the pain gets unbearable. It's excruciatingly painful to interact with these deeply buried memories. Our mind hid it so deeply to protect us, but to change our present, we need to look into our past. We need to understand the causes and to construct our story. I just wish I knew what I was signing up for, because at the beginning of my journey, I thought,
you know what? I'll just quickly go through my childhood experience. I don't need much time. I'm good. I'll just quickly heal and get back and be happy again.
Sure, I was crying after each session for half a year, blaming everything and everyone. I thought I was crazy for doing this to myself because everyone around me seemed so happy without this tournament of seeing a psychologist. The way it feels to me is that I disassembled my whole life as Lego. I looked into each piece separately and then put it all back together. But this time I did it more intentionally. I did not know that I could take that much pain in such a short period of time.
This is actually one of the advantages of this time because I've learned that I'm actually stronger than what I thought.
And now when it's over, I'm so grateful for my past self for doing this for my present self because I'm now the happiest I've ever been and I found the answers. I truly believe that without this step, my recovery and changes in my attachment style would not have happened. Only when I understood the reasons of my anxious attachment style and could cohesively explain it to myself, I could only then see that there is nothing wrong with me. Just everything in life has consequences and these are mine and it's my responsibility to deal with them. And I could make peace with this, which brings me to the next point, which is acceptance. It's impossible to accept something that you don't understand, so the first point is really handy, right? I feel that acceptance is a tricky one because it often gets confused with being complacent or accept me as I am type of thing, because I'm not even gonna lift a finger to change or try to improve. I'll try to explain what I mean here. It's gonna be a little bit hard, but I'll do my best. So the logic goes roughly like this. My attachment style won't change overnight and will be there tomorrow, regardless of whether I like it or not. I will always be an anxiously wired person because of my experiences that I had in the past. They are not perfect, but they're mine. And they're not gonna be gone tomorrow. In fact, I cannot change them anymore. They will stay with me forever. And if you try to fight them and be like,
no, I'm stronger than this, I'm better than this, I don't want this in my life, I just cannot be like that. See, I can show you proof that I can be different.
Only to realize that you repeat it all over again, and tomorrow you are not different. You are actually the same person as you were yesterday, as you were a week ago, because of certain experiences that you've had and certain baggage that you carry with you. So we are powerless over those past experiences and over these deeply ingrained patterns. So it's literally pointless to fight it. Only when I could fully accept that, yes, there are triggers in my life and I'm in over my head when it comes to these triggers. This honesty and acceptance comes really handy when it comes to communicating this to other people, but more on this later in the video. I could see that I began changing. The sooner you accept it, the better, in my humble opinion. Which brings us to the third point of this video, which is to communicate it to your partner. Now, when we admitted it and accepted it ourselves, it's now possible to admit it to another person. This is a hard one. I'm not gonna deny it. This is just scary and frightening, because the fear of rejection kicks in, right? What if they're not gonna love us and accept us the way we are, and we get so vulnerable by opening up to them? I get it. I truly do. I go through this literally every time when it comes to opening up. Good news is that we've already done the hardest part, which is facing our past, accepting it, and admitting it to ourselves. That was the most challenging thing. Definitely. What I think is important to understand here, in my opinion, is that when we open up to them and they say, oh, no, you're too difficult, it scares me off, most likely things would not have worked out anyways between us. The only difference is that by opening up, we saved ourselves lots of pain, time, and other inner resources. But please don't think that if only I haven't told him or her, we could have been happy. No, I don't have a crystal ball, but my experience tells me that this would not be the case. We all have our past experiences, we all have our baggage and our own issues, which in my opinion is really beautiful and makes us super unique. We just kind of need to find people whose issues we want to deal with, and us communicating this is a very bold, mature and brave move. We're almost saying, hey, this is a manual on how to treat me and how to go about building a relationship with me. So now they have a choice. They can, of course, continue being neglectful and forgetful, or they can take our attachment style into account and be a little bit more considerate. But it's their choice and we have no right to force them in any direction. All we can do is share our part and observe how they will take it. This is where our responsibility ends and their responsibility begins. Also, as an additional advantage to this move, it produces more self-aware people, because by us opening up to them, it can trigger something in them. For example, once I opened up about my codependency and attachment style to someone, and they actually realized that they have hell of a baggage as well, and it triggered them to work through it. They were like, Tanya, thanks so much for opening my eyes. I was like, you're welcome. So being open and honest about our needs creates more self-aware people, which, oh my god, is one of the purposes of this channel. And I think the world would be a much better place if we had more self-aware people. I just want to make a quick side note here. When we open up to someone, they don't have to change their behavior to meet our needs. We should not expect this, and we should not use our codependency or attachment style as an excuse. It's our responsibility and still remains our responsibility responsibility to handle our issues, but by opening up to someone, we give them a choice, and whichever choice they'll make, it's their responsibility. And now the most fun one, number 4. Surround yourself with people with a secure attachment style. I think having more securely attached people around can be a great example of how relationships get handled or should get handled. For example, if you have a partner with a secure attachment style, this is what you will likely experience. Whenever you share your needs, they will make you feel heard and seen, and whenever something bugs you or bothers you, they won't run away as avoidance would do, and they won't get panicked as anxiously attached people would do. They will actually sit there and talk to you and listen to your needs. How is this beautiful? Really sounds like a healthy, mature, beautiful relationship. And they might even surprise you because they will be willing to make adjustments in their behavior, and to you asking them politely and respectfully to adjust something that doesn't concern their values. They might say, "Oh, I did not know that it hurts you." "Yeah, sure, of course, I will do it differently now." And they actually will. Sounds like really healthy relationship, huh? And for us, seeing that our partner consistently shows up teaches us that they will be there tomorrow, and then the day after tomorrow, and then in a month as well. Oh wow! That's something unusual. They won't run away or neglect us. They won't get overwhelmed when shit hits the fan, and we can really fall back on them when we need it. And this, step by step, forms new neural connections for us. It doesn't only teach us that we can now rely on people, but it also shows us how to behave and gives us a choice that now we can behave differently. It helps seeing that our partner cares about us, deeply cares about us, but at the same time gives us time and space to live our own life and develop our own projects and our own hobbies that doesn't necessarily involve our partner. Perhaps this can teach us to do the same for them, to give them that time and space without panicking, without feeling anxious every time, and without seeing every activity in their life that doesn't involve us as a threat to ourselves and to our relationship. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching. It means a lot to me. I put my heart and soul into creating these videos, and if it's helpful for someone, it makes me very happy. So if you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up because it really supports my channel. Subscribe to my channel because I upload videos every single week, and leave a comment down below because I'd like to know what you think. See you in the next video. Bye!